Hey everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Dipankar and I'm a developer advocate here at Dremio. In this video, we are going to explore PyIceberg, the Python API for Apache Iceberg tables, and see how we can use it to basically, load the tables, create new table, and explore the metadata with it. Let's go. So PyIceberg is the Python implementation for accessing Iceberg tables data and metadata without the need of a JVM. So the latest version that was recently released a couple days back is the 0.2.1, and you can install the latest release version from PyPI using this command pip install PyIceberg with any kind of there are different kind of dependencies that you want to supply with this, and we are going to come to that. But one of the recent highlight of this release is that now the PyIceberg library allows support of the glue catalog. So you can use AWS glue catalog along with PyIceberg, and you can basically start fetching your iceberg tables or create new ones. So in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to basically, we're going to just explore this new library, this PyIceberg library, and see how we can deal with the data that's in the iceberg table, or see if we can create a new table using this. So let's quickly go to our environment, which is a Jupyter Notebook. And here, basically, the first thing that you need to define is the AWS credentials, which are your region, the access key, and the secret key. So, as per your credentials, you can supply them over here. And once you have them, what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to install this particular library using this particular command. So if I do this, pip install PyIceberg S3FS, and what I'm going to do is, since I'm going to use glue here, so I'm going to just apply glue over here and say just install. So once we have this installation ready, we should be able to start querying those tables. Okay, now that we have everything installed now. So the first thing I'm gonna do over here is to basically, hey, now we have the catalog, which is a glue catalog. Why don't we try to pull out the list of databases from the table and see if we can basically get our databases that are already there in the glue catalog. So I already have the command for that. What I have to basically do is just use this particular API called load catalog, and and here what I'm supplying is basically our type of the catalog, which is glue, and I'm expecting to list out all the databases that are in that glue catalog as of now. So if I run this particular query, okay, I see the list of the databases that are already there. So my database is the one that is called test in glue that I have already created, and I'm going to start using this particular catalog database to pull up my tables and the list of the iceberg tables. Okay, so our next step would be that to basically list out all the iceberg tables, and to do that I'm going to just say, hey catalog, just list out my tables, which is using this particular list tables API, and I'm going to obviously pass the name of the database, which is test in my case. So okay, now when I list this particular tables, I can see all my tables that are there in this particular database, right? So in my example, in this particular demonstration, I will share the sales new table. This is what I'm using right now. So I want to fetch that particular table object, right? So how do I do that? Let me just, write another API basically. And that API is called load tables, right? And it's actually called load table. And once I am there, I'm going to just supply the table name, which in this case is sales new. Okay, I'm getting an error here, but okay, I need to supply my database name as well, which is the namespace name. So I'm going to just say test.sales new. Once I have this, okay, I think I should have this table object already, loaded. I think once we are able to scan this, which is our next basically step. So once you load that particular table object, to read the table, you will need to scan that particular table. And to do that, there is an API called scan table, scan, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can just say scan, and just basically say the name of the table dot scan. Okay, so this is what we will do to query the iceberg table, and just to be able to convert it to a particular form so that we can do our analysis, we are going to use PyArrow. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this particular table to a PyArrow object, and to do that you have to just say to arrow. So this will basically convert this particular iceberg table to an arrow object so that I can do my analysis on top of that. Okay, and okay, there's a dot here. Okay, so I think it's done. So if I do a print of this particular object, I should see that this is a PyArrow table, right, with all my fields that I was expecting and a couple of the values as well. Now for analysis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly put it into a data frame and just say, hey, put this particular, convert it into a pandas data frame, right? And if I do a df, I can see all my data that is there in this particular iceberg table as expected. And iceberg, the PyIceberg APIs basically have helped me to basically load the catalog, get the databases, and read the table and convert into a particular type of objects for analysis, which is PyArrow in this case. And note that you can also use, now with the new release, you can also use DuckDB, which is another OLAP database, to basically query and deal with any kind of transformation that you want to do with the PyIceberg library. Okay. So one another thing that I'm going to quickly show is basically there are a couple of metadata information that you can find out from the particular table that we just loaded, which is the sales new table. So if you just do iceberg table.metadata, you should be able to see all the metadata information that is there in that particular table that we are referencing to. So any kind of things like such as like the snapshot information, right? What is the current snapshot? Where is my metadata file? Those kind of things can be found from this particular table metadata object. Okay, and that is pretty much all that I wanted to walk through. These are basically the type of the APIs that are kind of there as of now with the PyIceberg library, and the library is kind of maturing right now. So with time, we should see more functionalities and more list of catalogs being added over time. But as of now, these are a couple of the APIs that you can basically use to interact with your iceberg tables. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.